Good evening, Dean Davison, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist here. It's time for the overnight outlook. And we're going to start here with the features of what's currently going on. We have severe weather risk right now. Up here in Montana, we have currently some tornado watches going on. This is going to continue through the rest of the night, the threat of severe weather in this area. But we're going to get into another 3 days, at least, of severe weather coming up here. Let's move along to the day on Tuesday. And you're going to see there's a couple areas we're looking at. One's going to be up here in the northern tier states. We're talking about North Dakota, northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and parts of Michigan. Another spot's going to be out here, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, south of Buffalo, and north of Charleston, West Virginia, where you get a slight risk chance of severe weather. Hail, high winds, and even some tornadoes may occur with this situation as it moves to the east. And MCSs may occur in that aspect. We're going to get a lot of mesoscale convective systems. We go another day out, then we get more confined severe weather, and these will probably be updated. But Wisconsin, back down through Kansas, there's going to be a part here along the coast, another area in New York from what's left over from the PA system, and also out here towards Utah and the Four Corners. We may actually have some severe weather there. And when we come into day 4, we actually have some more issues occurring, and that's going to be in the northeast United States. We're talking about Vermont, we're talking about Burlington, Vermont, we're talking about Buffalo up through Maine, New Hampshire. We might have some severe weather, including tornadoes, to deal with on that day also. So it's going to become an active time here. We may actually see some isolated severe weather anywhere in the country, really, over the next 4 days. We're getting into the summer pattern where we get these pop-up storms that occur, and some of them do become severe. But your best chance over the next 4 days are in the areas that I distinctly told you about. And like I said, when we get towards the weekend, we're looking at Friday and the weekend, we're looking at a severe weather risk up in the northern part of the country, and that's because we have the jet stream really up high in the northern tier. We're not getting the jet stream all the way down south. That's why you're getting more severe weather north of the line I've just drawn, based on that situation, because we're getting a lot of the hot air, the high pressures building in, and heat up across the southeast especially, and also across the southwest. In Arizona, they have 100-degree temperatures currently. We have an area in the Caribbean that needs to be watched over the next couple of days for a chance of tropical development. We have a low pressure situated in the Caribbean Sea, and this will be drifting towards the Gulf of Mexico. As you see, there's a 40% chance of this occurring. That's actually rather high. It's higher than it's been in the last few days, so the chances of it occurring actually may happen over the next couple of days. We'll take a look at the models in a moment, where this takes it and what it brings it. It has been deemed 94L. Majority of this situation is in this location. We'll put it in motion in a moment, but the chances are it's going to drift in this general direction over the next few days, and actually may come up towards Florida. We'll have to see how that all occurs. Putting it in motion, you can see where the most of the thunderstorm development is located north and east of the center here. That it's kind of open at this point. That's why it has not become a tropical system. We'll overlay some stuff here, see if we have anything that's good to overlay. And no hurricane plots at this point is available, but you're seeing where this storm's going. You got some more moisture here, and then the generalized trend is to move this north and northeast, and that looks like what will occur over the next couple of days. Looking throughout the rest of the Gulf and Atlantic area, you see the problem is you got this west to east flow up here. That's going to protect the east coast for now with this trough and this upper level low sitting up here. And the area, like I said, it's generalized around here, is the best chance of development, and the thunderstorms are going to develop here in the Gulf of Mexico, where you're getting lowing pressures occurring. We're going to start with this H-WRF model, and the H-WRF model is actually very interesting. This H-WRF model brings this up to South Carolina by the time we get, how many hours are we looking at here? This is an interesting, and we'll bring it to tropical storm hurricane strength actually by that time. How many days out are we? 126 hours. This thing brings it over Cuba and towards the Carolina coastline. interesting solution. Far out, too early to say that that would ever happen. Now with the GFDL model, I'm going to put this in motion. This keeps it in the Gulf, comes into the Gulf of Mexico. This is a major difference in the two models, and it really doesn't just develop this into anything major. This actually keeps it pretty much a tropical disturbance. It doesn't even bring it to a depression. Maybe a depression at one point, low storm, and then it kills it. So, like I said, there's a lot of discrepancies in the models right now, and you can't really go with one or another. Looking at the GFS, here it is. It wanders. It wanders. It really becomes nothing. We actually get a storm that possibly develops in the west, in the Pacific Ocean. As you see, this just block sitting here, which would drift this to the west, and no real tropical systems develop anywhere. Possibly a low develops off the east coast by the end of this GFS run, but it would not be considered what occurred with this disturbance 94L. That actually goes, if you watch it long enough, this actually goes towards Texas. So, like I said, these computer models are all over the place. That's why you can't trust them at this moment. The Canadian model, once again, doesn't show much of anything developed with this system. It just basically stays a wave and dies away, and we don't even get a storm develop. We get a trial of a storm here in the Pacific that kind of fades out with a strong block here. And we have this low just wandering around, upper level low just wandering around the north. This can actually be detrimental when it comes to later in the season. If this stays in this predicament, this could actually force storms along the east coast. So something we got to keep an eye on. So the forecast, 91 degrees on Tuesday, 96. We're going to be pushing 100 on Wednesday. It's going to get really hot. Change thunderstorms in the afternoon. That's not surprising, basing that it's the summertime. Pretty much 94 on Thursday, 90 on Friday, and we're going to Saturday, and we're looking at a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a 30% chance at 86 degrees, so a little bit of a cool down in the Roanoke Valley. And this will be the same type of weather you're going to see both in the Triad and Triangle and locally in Virginia. Also, we're going to get hot up in the Northeast. So we have an excessive heat watch for the Philly area. We're talking about 89 tomorrow, 96 on Wednesday, kind of like what it's going to be in Roanoke. Thursday is going to be near 100 degrees, partly sunny, 89 Friday, chance of showers Friday night and Saturday. So, either area, we're looking at really hot area, hot temperatures, and it's going to get hot. So, a little bit of a extended look there with the tropics. I want to do that for the first time this year. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you later. For liveweatherblogs.com, this is meteorologist Dean Davison. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.